High in the Peruvian Andes, nestled among the icy peaks, lies La Rinconada. This remote settlement is not just any mountain town, it is the highest permanent settlement in the world. The journey to reach this place is arduous, involving treacherous roads that wind through the mountains, often blocked by landslides or heavy snowfall. Yet, despite these challenges, thousands of people call La Rinconada home. This isn't your typical mountain town. The streets are bustling with activity, but not the kind you might expect. There are no ski resorts or cozy chalets here. Instead, the town is a maze of makeshift houses, built from whatever materials the residents can find. The air is filled with the sounds of hammers and saws, as people constantly work to improve their homes and businesses. It's a city perched precariously at an altitude of over 16,700 feet, higher than Mount Everest's base camp. The altitude alone presents a host of challenges. The air is thin, making it difficult to breathe, and the weather is harsh, with temperatures often dropping well below freezing. The landscape is rugged and unforgiving, with steep cliffs and rocky outcrops that make even the simplest tasks a challenge. The air is thin, the landscape is brutal, and life is a daily struggle against the elements. The residents of La Rinconada face extreme weather conditions, from blizzards to intense UV radiation due to the high altitude. The wind howls through the streets, carrying with it the biting cold that seeps into every corner of the town. Despite these harsh conditions, the people here have adapted in remarkable ways. This is a place where humans exist on the very edge of survival. The residents work in grueling conditions, often for long hours and with little rest. Many are involved in the gold mining industry, which is the main source of income for the town. The work is dangerous and physically demanding, but the promise of gold keeps people going. It's a constant battle against the elements and the odds, but the people of La Rinconada are resilient and resourceful. Why would anyone choose to live here? It's a question that seems to defy logic. Yet, for many, the answer is simple: opportunity. The gold mines offer a chance to earn a living, something that is increasingly difficult to find in other parts of Peru. For some, it's a temporary stop on the way to a better life. For others, it's a place to start anew, away from the troubles and challenges of their previous lives. That's the question that brought me to this unforgiving corner of the world. I wanted to understand what drives people to live in such extreme conditions. As I walked through the streets of La Rinconada, I met people from all walks of life, each with their own story to tell. Some had come in search of fortune, others to escape poverty or conflict, but all shared a common thread: a determination to survive and thrive, no matter the cost. I've been to some rough places in my life, places where danger and poverty are woven into the fabric of everyday existence. From the slums of Mumbai to the favelas of Rio de Janeiro, I've seen how people can endure the most challenging circumstances. But La Rinconada is different. The combination of extreme altitude, harsh weather, and the constant struggle for survival sets it apart from anywhere else I've been. But La Rinconada is different. Here, the stakes are higher and the risks are greater. The gold mining industry is both a blessing and a curse. It provides a source of income, but it also brings with it a host of problems, from environmental degradation to health issues caused by exposure to toxic chemicals. The people of La Rinconada are caught in a delicate balance, trying to make a living while also protecting their health and the environment. It's a place of stark contrasts, where the allure of gold collides with the harsh realities of life at the edge of the habitable world. The glittering promise of wealth is tempered by the daily grind of survival. The miners work tirelessly, often in dangerous conditions, to extract the precious metal from the earth. Yet, despite the hardships, there is a sense of hope and determination that permeates the town. It's a place where hope and despair walk hand in hand. The people of La Rinconada are a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and adapt. They face incredible challenges every day, yet they continue to push forward, driven by the hope of a better future. In this city on the roof of the world, life is a constant struggle, but it is also a testament to the resilience and determination of the human spirit. La Rinconada isn't for the faint of heart. The first thing you notice is the lack of basic amenities. Forget about plumbing, sewage systems, or reliable electricity. Life here is raw and unforgiving. The streets are muddy and strewn with trash. The air is thick with the smell of burning trash and human waste. It's a constant assault on the senses. The houses are mainly shacks, cobbled together from corrugated metal sheets and scraps of wood. They offer little protection from the biting cold and relentless wind. Inside, families huddle together for warmth, their breath forming clouds in the frigid air. It's hard to imagine calling this place home. The altitude is a constant threat, every breath is a labor. The thin air makes even the simplest tasks exhausting. Altitude sickness is common, bringing with it headaches, nausea, and dizziness. For the elderly and the very young, it can be deadly. Many arrive with dreams of striking it rich. They believe the promise whispered in the lowlands, the tales of gold nuggets lying in wait. But the reality is far harsher. Most find only backbreaking labor and the constant gnawing of hunger. So why do they come? The answer is simple: gold. La Rinconada sits at the foot of a glacier that bleeds gold dust. It's a gold rush town, a place where people bet their lives on the chance of finding fortune. The mines are perilous, often just holes in the glacier held up by rickety wooden beams. Cave-ins are common, but still, they come, driven by desperation and the glimmer of hope. For some, the lure of gold outweighs the risks. It's a dangerous gamble, but one that many are willing to take. I met a young miner, barely out of his teens, his face smudged with dirt. He was one of many who had come to La Rinconada, drawn by the promise of gold and a better life. Despite the harsh conditions and the grueling work, he remained optimistic. His eyes, though, held a spark of hope as he told me about his dreams of saving enough money to open a shop in his village. He envisioned a small, bustling store where he could sell goods to his neighbors, providing a service that was much needed in his remote community. He spoke of a future beyond the mines, a future fueled by the gold he toiled for. Each nugget he found brought him one step closer to his dream. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but he was determined to make it happen. The gold he extracted from the earth was more than just a means of survival, it was a ticket to a new life. But I also met a woman, her face etched with years of hardship. She had lived in La Rinconada for decades, witnessing the town's transformation and the toll it took on its inhabitants. Her eyes told a story of resilience and endurance, but also of deep sorrow. She spoke of her husband, lost to a mining accident. He had been her partner in life and in the struggle to make ends meet. His death left a void that could never be filled, and she was now the sole provider for their family. The pain of his loss was evident in her voice, but so was her strength. She was now left to raise their children alone in this unforgiving place, bound to La Rinconada by her poverty and lack of options. Every day was a battle to provide for her children, to keep them safe and fed. Despite the overwhelming challenges, she persevered, driven by a fierce love for her family. Hers is a story repeated too often in this city of broken dreams. La Rinconada is a place where hope and despair coexist, where the promise of gold brings people from far and wide, but often leaves them with nothing but shattered dreams. It is a harsh reminder of the human cost of the relentless pursuit of wealth. The gold mines of La Rinconada are a toxic cocktail of danger and pollution. Mercury, used to extract the gold, leaches into the environment and the bodies of the miners. The health consequences are devastating. Respiratory problems, skin diseases, and neurological damage are commonplace. There are no hospitals, few doctors, and even fewer medicines. The miners work until their bodies break, their health a small price to pay for the slim chance of a better life. The irony is that the very thing they seek, gold, is slowly poisoning them. The miners in La Rinconada work under a system called cachorreo. This system is a unique and harsh form of labor that has been in place for generations. It is a testament to the extreme measures people will take in the hope of striking it rich. For 30 days they toil without pay, receiving only food and a place to sleep. The conditions are often squalid, with cramped sleeping quarters and meager meals. Despite the grueling work and poor living conditions, the miners persist, driven by the dream of finding gold. On the 31st day they are allowed to keep whatever gold they can carry out of the mine in a single trip. This day is filled with anticipation and anxiety, as it represents the culmination of a month's worth of hard labor. The miners enter the mine with hope in their hearts, knowing that their fortunes could change in an instant. It's a cruel lottery, where the odds are stacked against them. Many emerge from the mine empty-handed, their dreams shattered. The physical and emotional toll of this system is immense, leaving many miners disheartened and exhausted. Some walk away empty-handed after a month of back-breaking labor. The disappointment is palpable as they face the reality of another month of toil without any reward. The cycle of hope and despair continues, as they prepare to start the process all over again. Others strike it lucky, carrying out a small fortune in their arms. For these fortunate few, the moment of triumph is exhilarating. They hold their hard-earned gold with pride, knowing that their perseverance has paid off. However, this success is often fleeting, but even for those who find gold, the victory is often short-lived. The newfound wealth brings temporary relief and joy, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. The miners must navigate the temptations and pitfalls that come with sudden wealth. The money is often squandered on alcohol, gambling, and prostitution, perpetuating the cycle of poverty and despair. The fleeting nature of their success leaves many miners trapped in a never-ending cycle of hope and disappointment as they continue to gamble on a dream that remains just out of reach. Despite the hardships, there's a resilience to the people of La Rinconada. They've carved out a life in the most inhospitable of environments. There's a sense of community, a shared understanding of the struggle. In the face of adversity, they find ways to celebrate, to find moments of joy. There are efforts to bring change. Small businesses are springing up, offering alternatives to the mines. Schools are being built, offering children a chance for a different future. It's a slow and arduous process, but there's a flicker of hope amidst the hardship. La Rinconada is a place that stays with you long after you leave. It's a stark reminder of the power of human endurance, of the lengths people will go to for a better life. It's a city built on hope and despair, on dreams both realized and shattered. As I raise a glass to the people of La Rinconada, I'm struck by their resilience, their ability to find humanity in the most inhumane of conditions. They are a testament to the enduring spirit of humankind, a spirit that even the harshest realities cannot extinguish.